AI tools are straight up rewiring the entire content creation workflow. And today, I'm walking you through the absolute best tools I've been testing that will genuinely change how fast and how smart you edit your videos. I'm dropping my top picks, detailing what they do well, where they trip up, and how one tool in particular fits into the mix to solve a bunch of real problems creators face every single week. Stick around because while these tools overlap quite a bit, each one brings a unique advantage to the table, and you'll definitely want the whole list before you commit to just one editing lane. First up, we have Descript, which has been around for a minute and is a complete game changer for anyone who truly hates chopping up a traditional video timeline. Descript automatically transcribes your audio and lets you edit the video by literally deleting sentences right there in the text transcript, making that segment vanish instantly. This is insanely intuitive, especially if you come from a writing or podcasting background and really don't want to wrestle with the complexity of traditional non-linear editors. Their Studio Sound feature does a fantastic job cleaning up problematic audio, handling background noise reduction, and leveling to perform all the usual necessary miracles. This is super helpful when you find yourself needing to record important content while you're unexpectedly on the go and dealing with environmental noise. However, Descript isn't entirely perfect. While feature-rich, that sheer depth introduces a bit of a learning curve once you dive into the more advanced, granular customization options. Also, if you're trying to scale your output to dozens of videos every single week, Descript doesn't fully solve that crucial automation gap for social scheduling. Pricing-wise, they offer a functional free tier to let you test the waters, but the paid tiers can get quite pricey if you need to unlock the full, unlimited capabilities. It's perfect for creators who prioritize a text-first editing experience and powerful audio cleanup, but it's less ideal if your main need is hands-off repurposing and automatic scheduled posting. Next in line is Gling, which is the tool that really blew my mind for immediately reducing the manual grind of the first editing pass. Gling automatically transcribes your content and then intelligently cuts out all the silences, the filler words like ums, and any other awkward pauses that are just wasting viewer time. But the real flex that makes Gling shine is its ability to analyze multiple recorded takes of the same sentence and then suggest the single best, cleanest version for you automatically. It's basically having a very smart digital assistant doing that initial, tedious first-pass edit for you, stitching the usable pieces together seamlessly. The snag, however, is that Gling is more specialized, meaning it doesn't possess the broader, all-in-one suite of features that Descript offers for detailed cleanups. While their pricing is reasonable for moderate use, heavy creators who need to process many hours of raw footage weekly might start running into costly overage fees. Gling is absolutely amazing for journalists, podcasters, and solo creators who need sheer speed for a smarter first cut, but it is not the all-in-one production manager you might be looking for. Then we come to Adobe Podcast's Enhanced Speech feature, which is pure, unadulterated magic when you are stuck dealing with audio that sounds absolutely trash. You simply export your audio file, let Adobe's incredible speech enhancer do its job, and background noise, echoes, and room reverb all get significantly quieter or disappear completely. This tool genuinely can make a voice recorded on a standard phone mic sound like it was captured using a top-tier professional studio microphone setup. That said, the major limitation is that Adobe Podcast is strictly audio only, meaning you still need to extract the file, process it, and then carefully relink it to your video timeline. If audio quality is your single biggest bottleneck in production, this is the dedicated surgeon you need to bring in, but it won't help you post the video later. Opus Clip is up next, and this one is laser-focused on repurposing long-form content like podcasts or live streams into short, punchy clips designed for mobile viewing. The AI actively finds those high-engagement moments, automatically crops them into the correct aspect ratio, and even assigns a virality score to help you prioritize your posting queue. It also cleverly detects active speakers and reframes the shots so that faces remain perfectly centered, which is a huge advantage for multi-person interview formats. They usually give you a decent free sample of auto-generated clips so you can thoroughly test the output quality before you ever have to commit financially to a subscription. The main limitation is that Opus Clip is completely focused on creating the short assets, but it does not help you run your actual social media calendar or manage posting times. Also, since it auto-generates clips, you should always double-check the context, because the AI might pull a snippet that sounds amazing but needs a tiny tweak to make sense standalone. CapCut deserves a mention because it is incredibly accessible across iOS, Android, and desktop, packed with features like auto captions and trendy visual filters. For creators who are mobile-first, CapCut is often the absolute fastest route to getting a polished, publishable short out the door within minutes of filming. The built-in text-to-speech voices are surprisingly decent now, and the automatic caption generation tool is a massive time saver for accessibility and silent viewing. But beware, CapCut's insane depth across all platforms can become a double-edged sword, as pro features and certain advanced tools are gated behind a recurring subscription. If you are managing a large brand channel and need consistent batch publishing across platforms, CapCut handles the editing beautifully, but leaves the final publishing pipeline completely manual. So that's the landscape, a collection of great tools, each solving one core pain point. But now let me tell you precisely where Vizard comes in to handle the heavy lifting. Vizard isn't trying to replace everything. It leans into the one problem creators constantly hit, turning one long video into a constant stream of high-performing short content without manual babysitting. Here is what Vizard nails in practice. Its AI scans your long videos and picks out the exact parts that have the highest potential to perform well as short-form content. It factors in speaker energy, engagement cues, and topical relevance, cutting your discovery time from hours of sifting down to just minutes of final review. The next feature that changes the game is the auto-schedule function, where you simply set how often you want content posted, daily, 3 times a week, and it queues it up automatically. Yes, I mean actually publish, which means once you feed it your source videos and set the cadence, you can legitimately let it run while you focus on creating new, long-form material. Vizard also provides a centralized content calendar where you manage, edit, and tweak those clips right in one dedicated place before they go live on any platform. What sets Vizard apart is how those features work together. Opus Clip makes great clips, but then you still juggle scheduling, whereas Vizard makes the clip generation and scheduling native to the same flow. In comparison, Descript's brilliant text edit is slow for weekly batching, Gling's take sorting doesn't schedule, and Adobe's Enhancer still requires you to manually relink the cleaned audio. Vizard stitches those last few crucial steps together, so you spend dramatically less time on administrative repurposing and far more time focusing on actual creative development. Most of these great tools have free trials, but Vizard's model becomes obvious when you post multiple clips weekly, because the automation saves more labor than the subscription costs. My pro tip is to create a hybrid workflow. Fix noisy interviews in Adobe, run that into Vizard to auto-generate and schedule clips, then polish the best ones in CapCut for final flair. Here's how I personally use the entire stack. I record my long-form content and run a rough pass in Gling or Descript to remove all the obvious filler and silence. If the raw audio is problematic, I export it to run through Adobe's Enhancer, and then I feed that perfected file directly into Vizard for the automated clipping process. Vizard then generates my viral candidate clips and schedules them across all my target platforms, using its unified content calendar system without any further intervention from me. Finally, for the clips that need that extra bit of brand polish or a flashy visual trend applied, I open that specific asset in CapCut for the final, high-impact touch. One last critical thing, never fall into the trap of expecting AI to be flawless. You must always scan those auto-generated clips for context and trim them if necessary. The level of time saved and the potential reach gained is truly unreal if you start using these tools not as single solutions, but as an integrated, scalable system. So if your main goal is to post significantly more high-quality short content every week without completely burning out your creative energy, Vizard is the indispensable glue that holds the whole process together. It absolutely does not replace your creativity or your need for careful editing, but it completely removes the friction between capturing long-form content and consistent short-form publishing. That means more distribution, more potential viral hits, and critically, more time back in your week to actually do the creative work you love doing. I will drop links in the description below to all the tools we covered, so you can poke around, test different combos, and find what perfectly fits your individual content pace. If you want the exact workflow templates I personally use for batching entire episodes and scheduling a full month of content in just one focused day, just drop a comment saying so. Alright, that is the entire breakdown for today. Go test something new, make a ton of shorts this week, and let the technology handle all the boring, repetitive bits for you. I'll catch you all in the next video, where we dive even deeper into scaling content strategy.